If you want to subscribe to the live screen sharing room on DAX and watch every day the live trades I do on time during the market hours, the first hour of cash trading and then US session, and why I'm taking these trades, you can go on my Twitter page here at this name and click this on the pin tweet here, this link which will prompt you to a PayPal subscription service which is have a small description here, and the first 2 days is free, then you can have free cancellation if you wish so, and then it's just 19 euros a month. So if you click login here, then this will prompt you to a subscription details, and then you will need to let me know about this so I can send you the password, and so you can be able to log in every day and watch the live screen sharing. Or you can just go to my YouTube channel here, which I upload every day the video after what happened after the European cash market closes, and this is the link here of the everyday recording after the market closes. So this is just free, so you can feel free to go here and just watch this. Hello everyone, so today we gapped up here above yesterday's closure. We can see we have now high probability of touching yesterday's value area high, this level at 720 or so. So we need to see if at the cash open we find any kind of retest or any resistance, or go straight down towards the gap fill, go and enter inside yesterday's value area and towards 700s. Also looking the daily profile here and see, tracking yesterday's high here to see if we hold any kind of support and higher, or at value area support and higher, or a gap close support and higher. Then last line in the sand is 700s and point of control of yesterday's session for a move, a continuation higher. Of course this can just go inside and then go towards previous week close 660s or even lower, depends what it does at this 700 level. Also in terms of bigger picture here on the daily, we can see that we are just held up resistance at this week summer and multi-month highs resistance here. If just in case any time during the day we retest this and we have a breakout, it will be nice to see this up to 900s and multiple week breakout. I initiated a short position here in anticipation of a breakdown and a move lower, holding resistance at volume weighted average price. Need to see if this will break lower now and what it does at yesterday's high and value area high at 720s. Scale out first part of the short position here. Need to see if we have a follow through towards this 720s, yesterday's value area high here, and generally if it goes and fills the gap at 712s, and if it goes down towards the point of control of yesterday's session here and what it does here, if it holds support or not. Key level here, yesterday's high just been touched, and scale out further the short position here. Now need to see if this will not hold and go towards 720s and what it does there, if it holds or goes towards 700s. And move down to 700s will be nice area to flatten the short position and see what, and if we find any kind of support here for a long position. You can see here support at yesterday's high here as I scale out the second part of my position, although I shorted again here against the European cash opening price for a continuation towards the downside at 53s. So need to see now if this was just a short covering or initial support here. If this is about to go further down towards 700, need to hold resistance here and not go above. So need to give to this trade the rest for the first 30-minute candle here to see how this can be developed, if it goes lower or if it manages to climb higher now. Scale out the first part of the second short position, still holding both positions for a move towards 700. Need to see if this will hold us a resistance here and we manage to go lower, as a range for the first hour of cast trading is still 28 points, so this is most likely to expand, hopefully towards the downside now. Just flatten the short position here, price enabled to go lower, so now we need to see if we take out initial balance high and what we'll do at this level, unless this is just another failure to extend and then we see downside again. So I initiated the long position here against the initial balance low in anticipation for a move up to initial balance high. If this happens and price goes above here, then we're looking for a move up to 800, this multi-month resistance. Here price held yesterday's high, so looking for a move up to 800 eventually. Again, unless this is just another failed attempt here, because we see sideways consolidation now. Just flatten this long position here for a scratch, so hesitation for price to extend either way, so let's give it some time now and see. Although this support at yesterday's high could be very nice long opportunity, but was still short at the time for a move down towards 700s. Although if we look on the 5 minute, we still see every 5 minute candle holding previous candles low and then just again failing towards the upside, so need to see if eventually this midpoint of initial balance will be a resistance and move lower, or if this will spike and take out initial balance high. So we are close to the first hour of cast trading here, and you can see very slow uptrend since the touch of yesterday's high support down here, then grinded higher. Now kind of failed to extend higher and held resistance at value high of today's session 770. So we need to see now if in terms of Bollinger Band and gap and point of control of yesterday we have a move down to 700s. Although we are close to this bigger picture resistance here, perhaps market will try to push higher, but too early to say. Although now very narrow range so far, so we need to give it some time and see if it finds any kind of direction and which side this will be. Okay, so here we're a few hours later, you can see price just ranging here. I shorted earlier here and scale out the position just at the low before this uptrend began. We see constant resistance here at the midpoint of initial balance area and a rejection, so this can be considered as a nice resistance to trade against. Also, we need to track that and be aware that we are still ranging in a very tight range as an intraday range. Perhaps this can expand some time towards the 700s potentially, because I'm still short. Also need to see the yesterday profile here and see that price is holding above yesterday's highs as discussed earlier this morning, and to the tick support at yesterday's value area high, then price bounced there. Although we need to see now if price can go back in and tags 700s towards the downside, which is yesterday's point of control here. So give it a go and short it here against this initial balance midpoint here, which held resistance all day and generally at this level at 63. So we need to see if we manage to go towards 730s and what we will do there, which is the low of the first hour of cast trading range. Eventually we would like to see this down 700s, of course, so let's see. SPY gapped up now below its opening price, so if SPY goes towards a retest of 220s, then DAX likely to follow. Just flatten both short positions here, the initial here and the previous. Price held this support here at the initial balance low, also looking at nice tick and trading above zero level, so need to give it some time and see if this is a good idea to let it go up here and what it does at initial balance high, although still in very tight range, so but perhaps we can grind a little bit higher, so let's give it some time first. Just as I entered the position earlier, price went against, and just as I stopped it, price continued towards the favor of the trade. So I resorted here at initial balance low for a move down to 730s. So if we anticipate that this will happen, then we're looking for a move down towards the day lows eventually. This will be a nice trade. That was the initial idea here, but I thought this can just consolidate and grind higher. So let's see. Scale out the first part of the short position here. Now we need to see if it goes down 730s and what it will do there. If it breaks, then likely we'd like to see a retest down at days lows 17 area and then eventually lower towards 700. This will be very nice trade. Also need to watch here the profile on the daily and see what it does at 720s, which is yesterday's value high, which held support earlier. Just flatten the rest of the position here, scale up twice, then immediately hold support here at the lows. Now testing initial balance. Again, we need to see now if this can rally up towards the highs and what it does there, if it's a near good resistance for short, although SPY holding the highs, so perhaps DAX will follow. Need to give it some time first. Give this another go and short it here against this resistance here with volume. Need to see if this is to hold as a resistance, another move lower. Very tight stop though, just above 57s. Still holding resistance here at initial balance low. Scale up again the position here since this short entry here. Now willing to leave the rest for a move lower and see if this happens. Also have a nice tick here and trending towards the low side, although failing to extend towards extreme lows. So let's give this some time to see if we manage to go lower. SPY towards 220 is here, so likely DAX to follow towards the downside. Key level 730. So price finding some direction towards the downside now. Short entry here working very nicely. That was the idea from earlier on, although it took its time though. So we need to see now entering yesterday's range what it does at 720 is value high of yesterday's session, and if it goes down towards the point of control of yesterday's session 696, of course needs to take down today's low first of all in order to go there. So let's give this some time and see if we find any acceleration lower. Scale out the position here, very nice trade. So we need to see now how price will behave for the last 30 minutes until the European cash close. There were a few minutes until the European cash close, so that this short trade, very nice idea, although we didn't hold this because as considering the day's range, which was tight range, then thought better scale out early rather than late, although now price entered yesterday's value area 720s. If it goes 700s and breaks, perhaps we can see some lower levels like 677, which is yesterday's value area low here, but key line in the sand for this is 700s if it holds support or go towards 680, 677s. Basically, the highest probability of the day was when you see a gap up above yesterday's range, then it's most likely to tag yesterday's high first of all and value area high sometime during the day. So at the moment failed again to extend above 800s here and trading lower. So basically still within this previous week range here. We need to pay attention this week if we manage to break out or break down previous week's levels, currently balancing within this area. Further downside for DAX here towards yesterday's point of control. This trade would have been really nice if held that far.